Hi guys, for this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a very basic beginner or beginner advanced hobo bag. The stitches that you'll need to know is how to single crochet decrease, how to do a single crochet foundation stitch, and how to do chaining and double crochet and half double crochet. And that's it. So if you know how to do those in this bag, you can do it. So to start off, and it's really adjustable, the size of this bag, but if you've never done a bag before, I suggest you just kind of stick to what I'm doing. What you're going to need is a 5mm hook or a size H hook. You're going to need waist weight yarn. You're probably going to need about 3 skeins of any color that you choose. You can mix up the colors if you like, but the skeins that come out here are 100 grams. And this is 4 ply for the US and 10 ply for Australia. So to start off, you're going to want to chain 100. And of course, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not going to be able to show you how to make the bag all on screen. That would take me days. So I'm just going to make a little swatch here to show you what I'm doing. So you chain 100, and then once you get to the end of your 100th chain, you want to count over 3 stitches from the hook. So 1, 2, and 3. And then this 3rd chain from the hook, you're going to want to put a double crochet. So yarn over and put a double crochet in there. And this end here that has the double chains on this side, you won't count that as a stitch. You won't count that. So immediately you've lost 2 stitches. So you have this first double crochet, which counts as your first double crochet. Now you're going to be continuing to put 1 double crochet in each stitch, and at the end of your chain you should have 98 stitches. And I'm going through only the top stitch. You know, every stitch has 3 little sections. You could choose to go in and go under 2 loops and have 1, but for this particular case I'm only going in through the top and leaving the other 2 at the bottom. So only going through the top. Continue to double crochet all the way down your chain, and at the end you'll have 98 stitches. Okay, when you've gotten to the end of your row, make sure to count your stitches. Make sure you have your 98, and when you do, I want you to chain 1 and turn. And for the very first stitch of the round, when you chain 1 and turn, the very first stitch only, I want you to do a half double crochet. And to do a half double crochet is just like the double crochet. The only difference is, instead of yarning over and pulling through 2 loops at a time, you want to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. You will always do this for the very first stitch every time you chain 1 and turn. And the rest of the stitches, you'll be going through all of the stitch. So that means you're going through both underneath both of the loops, and you'll be doing a double crochet. So it's really basic. All stitches will be double crochet except the very first stitch of the round. So I'm coming back to the end here. And you just continue to double crochet all the way down to your 98. You will continue to have 98. I just wanted to show you, just so I can remind you when you get to the end of your row. You will do your double crochet as normal. You'll chain 1 and turn. And again, the very first stitch will be a half double crochet. And you just yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then again you'll continue just to double crochet in each stitch. And you will continue to do this until your bag is as big as you like. I'm going to show you. This is the one that I was working on. Now, I've got it good size here. So, anyway, I did mine for a total of 30 rows. So I just did back and forth until I did 30 rows. And it's the same on either side because you're doing back and forth, so it doesn't really matter which side you begin on. And you want to mark each corner. So in the very corner stitch of each of my corners, I put a marker. Now you may notice on your project that your top and your bottom are both much wider at the top than your sides. Your sides are shorter. And you're going to be working with this wider side to start to make the top of your bag. But the corners are going to be done a little different. You're going to be gathering your stitches by doing a decrease, single crochet decrease. But depending on if you're on a corner, you'll just gather them a little differently. I'm going to show you with this color just because it sticks out better. And I'm going to be gathering 2 stitches on each corner. You can move this out of your way later if it gets in your way, but for now, it may be good to have it here. Get my yarn where I can actually use it. Okay. Now, stupid yarn. So, to begin your handles, you're actually going to be going in through the shorter side. So this is the top wider part, but you're going to start in the very corner next to your marker on the side of the bag. So your first decrease, you're going to be using 2 stitches. The rest on the normal side of the bag, you'll be using 3. You'll be gathering 3. But for the corner, so right before the corner, you'll be gathering 1 of the stitches. Probably want to go a little lower. No, that's good. And then this is the very corner stitch. So I'm going in through the one right before the corner and then the very corner. And now I've got 2 stitches, 1 here and 1 here. And I want to single crochet decrease, made those 2 stitches into 1. And now I want to be turning my bag to where now I'm on the wider side. And now I'm going to skip this wide area here because I just used it for a decrease on this side. And I'm going to go right into the next stitch of the round. Then I'm going to put my hook through there, gather up a loop, go into the next, and gather up a loop. Now you can see I'm in 2 stitches. Then you pull through those. So now I've done a single decrease before and after the corner. Now for the rest, the non-corner ones, you're going to be gathering up in 3s. As you can see, there's a stitch here, here, and here. And I know this crappy color. So let me go ahead and I'll single decrease really quick a couple of times. And I'll show you slowly in a moment. I'm just going through using 3 stitches. I have 4 loops on my hook. Pull through all 4 loops. Now you can see it here better on this lighter color. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to be decreasing using 3 stitches. To do that, you go in through the first stitch, pull up a loop. Go into the second stitch, pull up a loop. And go into the third stitch and pull up a loop. 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And you will continue to do this just like that, gathering 3 at a time until you get to your corner on this side. And of course, when you get to the second to the last stitch, because you've marked the last stitch here, you can do what you did on the beginning here, which is you did a decrease using the 2 stitches before the corner, and then on the shorter side you can do a decrease using the very wide last stitch here and then the one right underneath it to do a decrease using these 2 stitches and these 2 stitches. It's up to you, but you just need to gather that corner like this. As you can see how it's got kind of a corner going here now. You need to make sure you keep those your corner. And once you get going also, your marker will kind of get hidden. So you can remove it from that stitch, push that stitch out, and then mark it on this side just to remind you that this is your corner stitch so that you don't lose your marker here. It's going to be important that you know which is the very corner. Okay, I've come up to my next corner and I have 2 stitches left. I'm going to just go in this stitch and then the very last stitch where my marker is and do a decrease with just those 2 stitches. Then I'm going to push my marker this way so I don't lose it. And since I already did a stitch here where my marker is, I'm going to turn. And now I'm going to go through one of the larger stitches. Well, actually it's got a little, see? It's got a little line through it. So I'm going to go through this one, the stitch before that line, and then I'm going to go on the other side of the line, that stitch, and do my double decrease there of just by 2 stitches. And then that's how you get another corner done. And you're going to be using those same stitches on the side. I know it's a little bit weird to do it on the side stitches, but you've just done one here, so you're going to move on to the next. And again, there's going to be a smaller stitch. You'll go into this one, and the rest here until you get to the next corner you'll be gathering 3 again. So that's 1, and then you're just going to be following it down. There's another place here beside it. That'll be my 2, and then again another place beside it. This will be 3. You want to make sure that you go through each individual one, and each of these will have a line in between, so you'll be using each of those stitches. So you'll go through this one, then you'll go through the next, and then you'll find your next one. See the line in between? That'll be your 3rd. 4 loops on the hook. And just continue down your side stitches this way. Okay, just went all the way around, and I came up to my last stitch and did my last set of 3 stitches decrease, because we already did our corner at the very beginning here and here. So you'll want to single crochet in the very first stitch of the round, where you started. Now this was a single crochet decrease that we did first for this shorter side. So this next single crochet that we did will be the very first stitch of the wider side, which will be the top of the bag, top part of the bag. So single crochet into this next stitch, which will be the first. And you want to move your marker now to mark this first stitch. It's very important that you know that this is the first stitch of the wider part of the bag, wider top part. Now you're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches until you come back up to your marker on this side. Okay, I've single crocheted my way back over to this next corner where I have my marker here, and I'm going to single crochet into the stitch above my marker. And I want to chain 1, pull up my loop here, grab my marker, and now I want to mark this new stitch on this side so that I know that this is my end, my corner. Okay, now you chained 1. Now you want to turn your work, because you're going to be working back and forth in rows, and you're going to be working from this marker to this marker, those 2 stitches. So for row 2, you want to go in through this first stitch and draw up a loop, go into the next stitch and draw up a loop. You're going to be doing a single crochet decrease, and then you'll single crochet all the way until you get to the stitch before your marker. This is where your marker is. It's marking this stitch here, so this will be the last stitch. You want to stop here at the stitch before the end, because you will want to do another single crochet decrease there. Okay, I've reached that stitch right before my marker, and I'm going to go in and do a single crochet decrease using the stitch before the marker and then the stitch where my marker is, and I'm going to do a single crochet decrease, then chain 1 and turn. Now I want you to count your stitches starting from your marker over here. We have the marker itself is not in an actual stitch anymore, so I have this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I have 24 stitches, and I need a total of 20 stitches. So I'm going to do a single crochet decrease on the beginning and end of my next 2 rows, and that will give me the 20 that I need, because I have 24. And down this row I'm about to do, I'll do a single crochet decrease here, which will give me 23. Single crochet over here. My last 2 stitches, I'll do a decrease to decrease another stitch, which will give me 22. Chain 1, turn again, and again I'll repeat the single crochet decrease, which will give me 21, and then I'll go through single crochet decrease over here, which will give me the 20 that I need. So I just need to do the single crochet decreases on the beginning and end of the next 2 rows. So we need to do a total of 6 rows. So we've done 1, 2. So we've done 2 rows. We'll do 2 more rows with the decreasing on the front and the back of the row. And then the last 2 rows, we will only need to just single crochet back and forth without any decreases. So this was row 2. So for row 3, I'll do my single crochet decrease in the first stitch and then the last for rows 3 and 4. So I'll let you do that for this row, which is row 3, and for row 4, again chain 1 turn, do a single crochet decrease in the beginning and last stitch, and then I'll just see you back here for row 5. Okay, I just finished my last decrease on the end here, row 4, and I chained 1. For the last 2 rows. See, now I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows. For the next 2 rows, rows 5 and 6, you will just be putting 1 single crochet in each stitch, as long as you have 20. If you have different, like maybe you have like this point you have 21, then go ahead and do a decrease here at the beginning of round 5, which will give you the 20 that you need. Just keep doing the decreases on the beginning and end until you reach your 20 stitches, and then after that just do your single crochets. Okay, I just got done with my 6th row, and now I see here that I'm on the side, my side of my what we just did. See how we do our decreases? It's hard to see, I know, but it kind of goes as a slant. If we did it without our decreases, this part would be straight. It would be like that, and easier to see. But you can see on your own project, I'm sure, your first row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I missed a row. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I have all 6. Okay. So what I want to do at the end of my 6th row is chain 1, and then I'm going to go back in through that same stitch. I did a single crochet. I'm going to put another one in that same stitch. Let me get my other colored yarn. I think you'll be able to see it better. Okay. So anyway, you single crochet into your last stitch, you chain 1, and of course you don't need to change color. You just go right back into that same stitch you just did your last single crochet in, and just do another single crochet. And then you've done 6 rows, so you're going to be going down, going into each stitch that you can along the side. So I see that there's a stitch right underneath me here, so I'm going to go there, put a single crochet. I'm working down the side of these 6 rows. See? Now, if it was connected, it would, you could, it would be, flawless. You wouldn't be able to see. But anyway, just work down the side of this front part of the bag. Now, I'm going to be doing a single crochet in all these side stitches. When we were gathering our single crochets, it's like if you made a crochet flower purse, it's the same. This is the front part where your button goes, and that's what we've just made. And now we're going to be going down the sides of the bag till you get to your other wide side on this side, and then we'll be doing exactly the same thing, going back and forth for 6 rows, single crocheting until we get our 20 stitches. So again, just continue to work down, putting 1 stitch in each of these stitches where you gathered earlier until you come over to your marker again. So I've single crocheted until I reach my marker space again, and just like before, you want to put a stitch here, same place as your marker, and then you want to move your marker to where you can see it. by marking this stitch that you just made, so that you know this is the beginning stitch, because you're going to be doing the back and forth rows again. And again, the first row is going to be single crocheting all the way until you get to the marker on this side. So now you're on your wide side. You're going to be doing the same thing that you did here, making this other top part of the bag. So your first row is to single crochet till you get to your marker here. Okay, so I've reached my marker on this side. Again, I'm going to single crochet, same stitch as my marker, and move my marker to mark my first stitch here. So now you know which is the beginning and which is the end. I should probably chain one, give it a little bit more strength. Okay, so I've single crocheted my beginning stitch and chained one. Now all I have to do is turn. We're working back and forth in those rows again. So again, our goal is to get down to 20 stitches. So for my first stitch, do my single crochet, decrease, then I'm going to single crochet until the last stitch before my marker on this side, which would be here, and then do a single crochet decrease here as well. And then I'm just going to repeat that until I get my 20 stitches, and then I'll just single crochet the rest, exactly like you did on the other side. The goal is to get 20 stitches on this side as well. And you need a total of 6 rows. Okay, just finished my last stitch on this side. Got my 6 rows. Now I'm going to cut my yarn because I'm on the wrong side here where I need to be. See, this is the side we already single crocheted down. This has only the decrease side. So we want to work, flip my bag inside out now. We want to work going down this side so that we can work down our side here as well, like we did for our other side stitches here. So I'm going to get my yarn, make my slip knot here, and just like I showed you on the other side, you're going to be going in through the very last stitch that you single crocheted into on this side. Just go right into that same stitch, and I do what's called a single crochet attachment by putting my hook through the stitch just like that. This is the last stitch that I did here. Whoops, this is the last single crochet that I did, so I did it into this stitch. So I'm going to go into this stitch. And I'm going to pull up a loop, but I'm not going to slip stitch by putting that loop through my original loop. I'm just going to leave the loop on there and yarn over and pull through both loops, which give me my first single crochet. Then I'm going to move down to the next side stitch. Again, we're working down the side of our bag. Actually, since we're not connected, okay, so we're going to reconnect here on the other side, and since you can't really see this color I chose to work with, it was just the color that I had. Anyway, I'm going to go in through this very top corner stitch of our side. Like I said, this is where we'll be putting our buttons, our button to fasten it. So I'm putting it at the very top stitch, and I'm only going to pull up a loop to that stitch, but if I was to pull this loop through my loop here on my hook, it would be a slip stitch. But I don't want to slip stitch, so I'm just going to leave it on my hook and then yarn over and pull through 2. And that's my single crochet attachment. And now I'm going to be working just like I did before, down the side stitches. So I'm going to go through my next, and then my next stitch, just working down my side wherever you can get a stitch into, and then you'll be continuing by working down the side of the bag into these stitches on this side as well. So continue to single crochet down your side, and I'll see you back here when you've reached this part, but on the other side. Okay, so I've single crocheted down the side of my bag all the way up to my marker here again, and then this is the other side of the wide part of the bag where we did our rows. Now we're going to single crochet up that as well, bringing us into our corner, right up into this top stitch. Okay, now we're up even again with these 6 rows that we did. And we're going to be doing our handles. To do your handles, you'll be doing single crochet foundation stitches. And I have a beginner video if you need, that's probably better color yarn and everything. So you're welcome to use that. I can leave a link here. And what you'll be doing is chaining 2, then going back into that first chain, pulling up a loop. Then you want to yarn over and only pull through one of those loops, which is creating the chain. Then you'll want to yarn over and pull through both of the loops. And again, I really recommend that you check out that beginner video because it's going to be so much easier to see. Now you have 2 stitches. You'll be going in through that bottom stitch and pulling up a loop and repeating what you did again by yarning over, going through only 1, yarning over and going through 2. Now I've just done 2 single crochet foundation stitches. Now depending on how long that you want your handles, I think 60 is a pretty good foundation chain, you know, but I don't want mine really long, and I don't like mine really short like a handbag, so I suggest to do 60. So I would say check out the beginner video and do 60 single crochet foundation stitches. Okay, once you've gotten done with your foundation single crochets, make sure that it is not twisted. Best to just lay it flat and follow your chain down, straightening it out to make sure there's no twist in it. And once you've done that, you've connected it from this side, you want to connect it on this very corner as well, on the opposite here. So once you know it's not twisted, you go into this very corner stitch, and you can single crochet attach by pulling up a loop and single crocheting. You're attaching it as well as you're starting to go down the side. So once you've got it attached, you can just start to single crochet down the side. And now you can go through and remove all of your markers, because once you've gotten both of your sides done like this for the bag, you don't need to mark those spots anymore. So go ahead and remove all your markers. So what you want to do is you want to single crochet all the way until you get to this part of this side of the bag. So basically you're just going to be single crocheting, continuing to single crochet all the way until you get down to this other side where we also have our, and you're going to come up to this point and you're going to start your single crochet foundation of 60 and connect it just like we did here. And then you're going to single crochet down to this way, all the way down the side again until you come back up to our original place here. So you're just going to be repeating. So like I said, you don't need your markers anymore. You can remove them. You're just single crocheting down until you can make your other handle here by doing your 60 single crochet foundation stitches. Okay, I'm just getting here to the end. And these tails that you have around here, I usually leave them long like this on purpose because I use a tapestry needle to hide them later. Anyway, I've just single crocheted down my bag, and now I'm back up to this section on this side where I've single crocheted all the way up to the corner, and now I'm going to start my single crochet foundation stitches. I chain 2, I go back in through my first, pull through 1, and pull through 2. And then it's just like the chain 2. You have 2 stitches here, you're going down to the lower one and then getting your next. So you're doing just like you did before. You do your 60 foundation stitches, and then I'll see you back here. Okay, again, once you have your single crochet foundations, you want to follow your chain down, making sure that it's not twisted in any way. And then, again, you're going to attach it on the corner on the opposite side here. Putting my hook through and pulling up some yarn. Then I'm just going to yarn over and pull through both loops. I'm just going to pull to tighten it a little bit. Once you have it attached on this side as well, then you can grab both of your handles like this. Back up just a bit. And just hang it. Make sure that they're even. Just want to make sure that they're even. And then again, we're going to start to single crochet down the side. And along this side of the bag as well, all the way down till you've reached here to your beginning single crochet foundation stitch. And I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, I'm just going along my side, coming up on my first single crochet foundation. And again, I'm just making sure it's not twisted. I want my stitch side to be facing like this, because these are the stitches you're going to be working in. You can tell that's the bottom chain. So you're going for the side that has the 2 loops. I'm just single crocheting up to my foundation. Okay, when you're ready and you're absolutely sure your handle is not twisted and your stitches, you want to make sure they're up like this. You're going to just go right into the first stitch, the single crochet foundation, and you're going to start single crocheting on your handle. From now on, every time you do a row, you'll be going down the sides of the bag and up and over the handles like this and then down this side all the way up to the other handles. You'll no longer be single crocheting anymore in this section here. That's why we did this first. Do this part and then we do the handles. You no longer single crochet there. And we did a total of 6 rows here. And we're going to be doing a total of 6 rows here as well. The foundation that you did, the foundation single crochet, counts as 1 row. So the row we're doing here is 2. So we're doing round 2. So every time you begin on this side again, then you'll be doing row 3. And you'll want to go all the way around your bag and over your handles for a total of 6 times. So this is row 2. So you'll be doing it 5 more times. Or 5 times. Because our single crochet foundation. And we made that on both sides counted as our first round. Just finishing up on my foundation chain here. And like I said, all you want to do is just go right into the stitch on the side. Just continue this all the way around. Just like that. I'm just going to keep continuing it around and around and around. And you don't have to. I don't think you'll need it, but just in case, if you want to mark this section here to remind you that this was your beginning of your round, because this is the place where we first made our foundation chain to start our handles. So you're starting round 2. You'll go all the way around and over your handles on this side as well, your foundation chain. And you come all the way down and around, and then you'll start round 3. And then, you, like I said, you just want to do it for a continuous round for till you get up here, finishing your 6th row. So when you get up here, you will be done, and your bag will be complete. So continue on. This is the fun part. And I'll see you back here when you get to the end of your 6th round. Just finishing my last stitches here. Okay, our beginning of our 6 rows started here. So I'm just going to go ahead and end. These are my last 2 stitches here. That would, bring me up to where my strap starts. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and skip 1 stitch and go into the next and slip stitch. And I'm just going to pull my loop down, chain 1, then leaving yourself enough tail to be working with the tapestry needle. You can cut your yarn and you can remove your marker. And there you go. That is how you make the bag, a hobo bag. Simple, basic hobo bag. And you want to hide all your tails, get out a flower. I made this kind of flower. You can change a different color, like maybe maroon petals. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But maybe some other little flowers or leaves or little twirls or, things to hang down. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. So that's it. That is how you make the basic bag. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please click like, and please don't forget to share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.